Start on time. So here we go. Welcome. We are so excited to be here. Just want to say thank you from the Center of Excellence for Health. We're very, very excited about today's activity. And we were very blessed to actually do this activity in front of 300 students last week at Summerhill School. So if there's any Summerhill students on here, you probably know who we are. And I think some of them said that I was pretty famous in that school. So I'm Mrs. Diamond. I am here from the Center of Excellence for Health. We are here to offer a very exciting event. We have Robyn Allaby here, who is our guest live author to read her book and tell us a little bit about why she wrote the book. We also have our very famous Miss Tompkins here, and Miss Tompkins is going to help introduce and run the event today. But did you know that this month is Mental Health Month? And that is why we are here, because we are celebrating positive mental health in our schools, all the way from kindergarten to grade 12. And we're trying to get students excited and their families excited about talking about mental health and celebrating positive mental health. And some of the things we talk about today are going to help with that. So before we get started, I like to bring the energy up and then I leave. Isn't that nice? So let's bring the energy up, and I want to see everybody wave a really big wave and positive. Oh my goodness, I can see you. Oh, you look fabulous. Oh, the energy. I see some pumps. I like to pump too. Love it. All right. Without further ado, and thank you so much for giving me energy today. This is the best part of my day. I'm going to hand it over to Miss Tompkins.
Well, good morning, everyone. We're actually going to start today, just before we get into our story, with a question to think about. So you can actually, if there's someone beside you and you want to kind of chat that out together, I'm going to give you about 1 minute to think about this question. What kinds of things do we feed plants for them to grow and be healthy? Okay, take a second, talk to someone about it. See if you can find 5 things. What would we feed plants for them to grow and be healthy? Teachers, if you're hearing some responses, you can put them in the chat and we'll be happy to share those. So we've got water, fertilizer, sun, water, soil, sun, water and sunlight, eggshells, yeah, some organic matter. Soil is really important. Carbon dioxide. Ooh, we got some scientists there. Water, sun, water, compost, fertilizer, another carbon dioxide, compost, space. Yeah, the space to grow. Wow, you guys are on it. Soil, air, and water. And I'm sure like you're kind of thinking about the same things. And outside right now, it's spring, things are coming to life. And in order for those plants and shrubs and flowers to really be as healthy as they can be, it does matter what we feed them. All of the things that were listed are definitely qualities that are needed to make these things grow to their full potential. And we know what happens to plants when they don't get what they need. Sometimes they shrivel up, they don't look as nice. Not every branch is kind of like doing what it should. And so today we want to talk about, I know it's not plants, but we're going to talk about what we're going to feed our mind. And it's just as important as the things that we feed plants in that act. It's just as important that we take the time to feed our minds with good things. This is what happens when plants get what they need. I'm going to show a video or share a video with you. And it was done by a gentleman who took 3 years to put this video together. So it's time lapsed. It isn't in real time. But this is a garden that he's put together and he videoed it for over 3 years of it coming to life. And it's quite stunning. I'm just going to share my sound. You can let me know if you can hear it okay. So I hope you enjoyed that. Wasn't it beautiful? We have a very special guest with us today, and her name is Robyn Allaby. And it is my pleasure to introduce her to you. She is a wife, a mom, a knitter, a quilter, a reader, a dancer, a kayaker, a bread maker, a writer, and an educator. She's worked as a high school English teacher, a department head, and as an administrator. Robyn is a certified yoga instructor, and she's always believed that her purpose is to inspire others. And she lives with her husband right in the Fredericton, New Brunswick area. So if you could put your hands together, let's welcome Robyn Allaby.
Thank you so much for inviting me to spend this time with you this morning. I am very, very excited to share my book with you. Now, my book is called The Big Book of I Ams. And in that video, you saw what happened when water and fertilizer and sunshine and air mixed with the soil to create those beautiful, beautiful plants. And so my book is about affirmations, and affirmations are simply I am statements. When we say I am and we say a positive word, we are feeding our mind. So my book is a book that it's not like a storybook. You don't sit down and it doesn't have a beginning and a middle and an end, but it's a book that you could sit down and read from cover to cover if you want, or it's a book that you could sit down and just read one page, whatever you want. So here we go. Your mind is incredible. It is always working, even when you are asleep. You can use your mind to think, speak, and feel. You can use your mind to control your feelings. When you think happy thoughts, your mind will feel happy. And when you think sad thoughts, your mind will feel sad. Your mind will always believe everything you tell it. So feed your mind hope. Feed your mind truth, feed your mind positive thoughts, and feed your mind love. If you think of all the wonderful things about yourself, you will feel happy. There are 2 magic words that can help us feel good. I am. You can think these magic words every day and learn to believe in yourself. You can think, I am amazing. This makes me smile, even just to say it. I am assertive. That means I stand up for myself in a respectful way. I am beautiful. Inside and out, I am a good person. I am blessed. There are lots of good things in my life. I have a family and friends who love me, a warm home, good food, and a safe place to play. I am brave. I do things even when I'm a little bit afraid. So you get the idea of these I am affirmations or statements. And I think, Mrs. Tompkins, that some students are going to help us read.
Absolutely. So our first ones from this page, Robyn, are Lori Kirsten's Nashwack 6 Elementary Grade 4 students. Would you like to read one on these 2 pages that stick out to you?
All right, my class wants to read the second page where it says, I am confident. All right, here we go. We're reading right here. I am confident.
I'm willing to try new things until I make a mistake.
Wow, great job, grade 4. Amazing. Robyn, is there another one on that page you wanted to mention?
Let's just look at the other page. So where it says, I am caring. I hug my mom when she's upset. I am compassionate. I make cards for my friends when they are sick, and I try to make them feel better when they are sad. And I am clean. I take a bath every week and I wash my hands.
Amazing. And so for this one, Natasha Gorman, grade 5 students from Liverpool Street. Can you pick out one of these that really stick out to you to read to us?
Okay. Go ahead. They're going to read the ones on page 12.
Wonderful.
I am creative. I draw pictures and build towers with my thoughts. I am curious. I ask complex questions. I am a dreamer. I use my imagination. I am determined. I don't give up when things are hard. I remember to say I think I can do this. I know I can. I am disciplined. I control my thoughts, words, and actions. I am empowered. I believe that I can do anything.
Good job.
Wow. Amazing. Stacy Housey, grade 5, Macadam Elementary. Would you guys like to read a couple of these to us?
We could do page 14.
Perfect. That would be lovely.
Okay. I am energetic. I eat my vegetables and go to bed on time to make sure that I have the energy
to do all the things I love to do. I am enough, exactly as I am. I am enthusiastic. I always dance and sing along when I hear fun music.
Well done. Robyn, do you want to pick your favorite one on the next page, page 15?
Sure. I am flexible. If my friends ask to have a picnic outside, I say yes. That's a good idea.
All right, we've got Jasmine Moulton, grade 3, students at Forest Hills School. Would you like to read one of these from pages 16 or 17?
Yes. Yes.
Can you hear us?
We can hear you.
All right, here, let's read this one. Are you ready?
I am forgiving. I know people make mistakes. So when my brother accidentally breaks I let it go.
Well done. Well done, grade 3s. Robyn, maybe you want to pick out a couple more there.
Sure. I am focused. I give my full attention to something when I am doing it. And on the other page, I am generous. I share and give what I have.
Awesome. Bobby Joe Killam, grade 4 students at Salisbury Elementary. Would you like to help pick out one from pages 18 and 19 for us?
Okay. I am gentle. I will never hurt anyone or anything. I am happy. I choose to feel good even when it's hard. I am hardworking. I always try my best. I am healthy. I make good choices for my body, mind, and spirit. I am helpful. It makes me feel good to do things for other people. I am honest. I always tell the truth, even when it's hard. I am honorable. I know the difference between right and wrong, and I always try to do the right things.
Well done. Our next page is here, Alyssa Chamberlain, grade 5 students from Gibson Neal Memorial. Why don't you guys go ahead and pick one, and Robyn, why don't you read one while they're finding one?
I am idealistic. I know if I work hard, I will make the team. Positive thoughts lead to positive actions.
You sure do love life. Thanks for reading that, grade 5. That was awesome. Our next page is here. Oh, thank you. Tanisha Thompson from Fundy Shores Elementary, grade 2-3. Is there one on here that stuck out to you guys?
What about mindful?
Loving. Fine.
Okay. Go ahead.
I am loving. I practice yoga.
Snuggle my cat.
Way to go, grade 2-3s. And Robyn, do you want to share your yoga story and a couple more on this page too?
Okay, sure. I actually do teach yoga, and I have a room at home here where I keep my yoga mat and my props and things. And on the bottom page, the drawing of the girl in Downward Dog, it always seems whenever I go to my yoga mat, my dog always goes right in that exact same position and tries to do yoga with me. So that bottom one says, I am mindful. I do my best to focus.
I love that. Jennifer Fulton, grade 5, Seaside Park Elementary. Would you guys read 2 of these for us, please?
Okay, we're gonna read. You guys ready to go? Okay. I am patient. I always wait my turn. I am peaceful. I have quiet time to think of things that I like.
Wonderful job. And Robyn, do you want to choose another?
Sure. On the next page, I am positive. I choose to look on the bright side of things. I don't complain.
And the Pan Elementary, Carrie Newman, grade 3s. Would you pick out one of these to read to us?
Okay, here we go. I am respectful. I am polite to everyone, even when people aren't always polite to me. I am responsible. I always bring the things I need for school and sports.
Amazing job, grade 3s. Thank you. And Robyn, maybe you want to add one on those pages that really sticks out to you.
Sure. I am prayerful. I like to be quiet and listen to my inner voice.
And we've got Joanne Burt, grade 4 students from Meduxton K Consolidated School. They're going to read a couple from these pages for us. Take it away.
Sorry, we were muted and didn't realize.
No, that's okay. You can take it now. Go for it.
So we're gonna start with I am special.
Perfect.
I am special. I am important to the people who care about me. I am steadfast. I stay firm and strong in the things I love, like learning about space, even if others don't love it as much as I do.
Well done, grade 4s. And Robyn, I'll get you to just wrap up the couple of last pages for us.
Okay, I am successful. I am good at lots of things. I am tactful. I am considerate and sensitive when I talk to others. I would never want to hurt someone's feelings. I am talented. I am good at drawing, skating, and playing the saxophone. I am thankful. I am grateful for the blessings in my life. I am tolerant. I am easygoing. I don't always agree with the rules that mom and dad set, but I'm willing to respect them. I am trusting. I choose to see the good in other people and take them at their word. I believe most people have goodness in their hearts. I am unique. I am one of a kind. There is no one else like me. I am united. I work well with others. I'm a team player. I am valuable. I am important just like everyone else. I am wise. I listen to the voice inside that tells me what is right and what is wrong. I am worthy. I deserve love. And after reading about all the wonderful things that I am, I'm really sleepy and I need a nap.
Thank you so much. Let's give it up for Robyn, Allaby, and all our student readers. Amazing job, everyone. Thank you so much.
Shh, it's all right. We'll get to it.
All right, and we actually have time right now for a few questions for our author. If you do have one, maybe it's something you're wondering about, could be the writing itself, the story, or maybe about Robyn herself. Teachers, feel free to put them in the chat. We also do have a randomizer. So if that's okay with everyone, I've put all the classes' names in here, and if it pops up and you have a question, you can ask it. If there isn't anything, that's okay. You can say pass. We'll start with that, but you can also be putting your questions in the chat for us as well.
Just while they're doing that, putting questions
absolutely.
in, I would just say that with this book, thank you so much for reading. That really warms my heart when I see children reading my book. That really does. It actually makes me cry. But one of the things about the book, there might be words in here in these I am affirmations that you don't know, and that's okay, because that's a wonderful opportunity with your teachers or with your mommy or daddy or grandmom or big sister, brother, whoever's sharing the book with you, to ask them what these words mean. And so you'll learn new words at the same time as learning about affirmations.
Yeah, that's a great point. Thank you, Robyn. We actually have a class with their hand up, so I'm going to go to them first. Caitlin Francis, grade 5 class at Meduxky Elementary. What's your question?
Well, as always, we are overly enthusiastic, so we have 3 questions. Aiden, Jillian, and Elias. Okay, Elias, you want to start us off?
Which I am in the book really sticked out to you the most?
Oh, good question. I think I like the one I am enough, because I think when I was little, sometimes I didn't feel like I was enough. I felt like other kids always were better than me at other things. And so as I've grown older and become more comfortable and learned about affirmations and started feeding my mind and my brain, I am enough, just exactly as I am. I don't have to be like everybody else. So thank you. Really good question.
What gave you the idea to write this book?
Good question as well. Thank you. I wrote this book called Where is the Light a few years ago. And this book teaches children that the light is inside them. It's not way out there in the world. And that whole idea came when my daughter was in elementary school, probably about the same age as most of you. She came home one day and she was in tears. Some girls had been mean to her. They'd been unkind. She didn't want to go back to school. And we had a conversation. We had a talk. And she said when I convinced her that she had to go back to school, she said she was just going to be mean right back to them. And I told her, no, that's not the way we do things, that sometimes when people are unkind, maybe they're having a bad day, or maybe there's things going on in their lives that we don't know about, and that makes them act the way they do. And so we're going to take the high road. We are going to be kind to them, even if they're unkind to us. So we had a really nice conversation. And then after that, I said, are you okay, sweetheart? You ready to go to school tomorrow? And she goes, I am okay, mommy. I just don't understand where this road is that you're talking about, this high road. So I understood then that kids your age are very literal. That means that you understand exactly what the words say. A figurative meaning is a meaning when it has a different meaning. And so the high road just means we do the right thing. we are our better selves. So in this book, Where is the Light? Teaching kids about the light inside them. One of the things we do to learn about our light is to practice I am affirmations. And I had a few of them in there. And when kids would read the book, they really liked that part. And I thought, you know what? I taught high school for a lot of years, and I worked with big kids that often would default to negative things. I'm dumb. I'm not good at math. I'm not very athletic. And it used to make me really sad because they would be so many wonderful, wonderful things, and they would only fixate on something that they couldn't do or that they were negative. So I thought, what if we could teach children your age to focus on the positive things and not the negative? And so that's where the idea for the big book of I Ams came from. Thank you for that question. That's a long answer, I know, but I hope you understand now.
And this is our last question, and then we'll let other people have a turn.
When did you write this book?
I wrote this book 2 years ago. I actually came up with the idea for both books about 6 or 7 years ago. And I wrote them when I was in a workshop in Arizona with Jack Canfield, who is a man that wrote the Chicken Soup for the Soul books. And I sat by the pool and I jotted down the ideas, and I had the first draft, and then I came home and I kind of let them sit on the shelf for a little while, and I came back and revisited them, and shouldn't I? And then I kept working on them. And so 2 years ago, I had the first book published, and then last year I had the second one. So I guess it's a lesson in perseverance, which means just to keep up with something, not to give up. Just if you think you have a good idea, it probably is a really good idea, and you should work on it. And in my case, bring the books to life so I could share with children like you, which makes my heart very happy.
Yes, thank you. We're going to go Jennifer Fulton. Does your class have a question for Robyn?
We have 2 questions.
Hi. Is anybody there?
I was wondering how hard was it to become an author?
Okay, go ahead.
I was wondering how hard was it to become an author?
Oh.
Well, that's a really good question. It wasn't that hard to come up with the idea for the books and to write out the draft. That was probably the easiest part. The hardest part was publishing it. And you know what? Even though I am much older than you, and even though, you know, I was a teacher and I taught high school English for a lot of years, I actually felt that maybe it wasn't good enough, that maybe they weren't good enough to be published. And I know that all of you probably had that feeling when you create something or write something that it's not very good. And I shared it with some other elementary teachers just the same, you know, as your teachers, and they really loved it, and they encouraged me, and they said, you know what, Robyn, kids really need to read these books, so you need to find a way to get them published. So that involves some research and, you know, the right people to help publish it. And that was a little bit longer journey, but really good question. Thank you.
Okay, and our second question, David, come on over.
My question is, what made you to start this? Like, what made you to start doing books?
Okay, I love to read. And from the time I was little in kindergarten or even before, I just loved story time, whether it was home with my parents or whether it was at school with my teachers. And I learned to read, and I read all the time. In fact, I even used to get in trouble sometime in school because I would put my book under my desk, and sometimes I'd be reading when the teacher was teaching, and they would say, Robyn, put your book away. We're doing math or science or English. So I love to read, love stories. And I kind of thought, even when I was your age, that maybe someday I would write a book. But honestly, I always taught high school kids, big kids, you know, 16, 17, and 18. And I always thought maybe I would read or write books for older kids. But when I went to this conference, there was a little song that kept playing over in my head, you know, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. And the idea for the big book of I Ams came into my head and wouldn't let me go. Even when I'd think, oh, I don't know if it's a very good idea, or I don't know if I should do that. It kind of niggled in my brain, and it wouldn't let me go. So I thought that might be the universe's way of saying, you need to do this. And so we did.
Well, I just love that. And so I know there's some more hands. So Robyn, if you're okay, I'm just being mindful of time here, with some classes may needing to go because of other commitments and other schedules. But would you be okay to stay on and finish answering some of these questions?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. So just before we go, we really want to thank everyone. There is an extra activity, students and teachers, that was part of your kit that was sent to you. So you can basically take some of these I ams and create one for yourself on those days when you really need to be speaking those positive things when negative thoughts are kind of clouding your mind. So this was included. You can, maybe it's by memory and you kind of remember a lot of those I am statements from when we were reading them this morning. Or there are also the opportunity to cut out the little signs and post them around your classroom and have a chance for everyone to make their own sheet that they can practice. But we really want to thank everyone for being here today. There was one burning question in the chat, Robyn, and it was about your dog. Your dog's name and what type of dog. So I think we better answer that, and then we'll stay on and answer the rest of the questions too. Okay, so Robyn, the dog.
That's a burning question. Okay, my dog right now, I've had lots of dogs over my life, but my dog right now is a boxer, and her name is Ellie. My 3-year-old grandson calls her Ellie Belly. And this is a funny story because Ellie was actually my son's dog, and he got married 5 years ago, and his wife had never, ever had pets. And she was a little bit afraid of Ellie, even though she's very gentle. And she doesn't like dog hair or anything like that. So when they got married and went on their honeymoon, Ellie came for a sleepover. We looked after Ellie while they went on their honeymoon, and she never went home. She's been with us for 5 years. Which is okay because my husband and I don't have children in the house anymore other than when my grandson comes. So we're quite happy to look after Ellie Belly.
Oh, thank you. And Denise, I don't know if you want to say a final goodbye for people who need to go.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you to those of you that need to go. And I really appreciate you listening to my story or my book this morning and sharing. And I really, really hope that you will work with your teachers and create your own I ams and celebrate all those wonderful things that you are. And on those days when you're feeling a little bit down and you're feeling a little hard on yourself, think about feeding your mind positive things. And maybe you can flip those negatives to the positive. So thank you and have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, Robyn. We are so blessed to have you here today. And thank you, Ms. Tompkins. Thank you to the beautiful students out there. You guys are so engaged and such beautiful questions, and you're excited about the I-N statement. So it makes me really excited about you folks continuing this conversation, especially during Mental Health Month. And the questions just keep coming in. So this is lovely. Thank you to the teachers that took the time, and thank you for the Center of Excellence for Health. There's a lot of other opportunities that are coming your way, so keep your eyes peeled. Thank you to the team that's here, and I am going to sign off and stop the recording, but Robyn and Amy are going to stay on and answer those questions. And I do see a burning question about maybe somebody being related to Robyn Allaby. So with that, I'm going to close and say thank you so much. And I will stop the recording. Have a lovely day. Enjoy this sunshine and get outside and be active.
Thanks, Denise. Yes, Caroline Robish's classes, there's an Ollie Allaby in their class. Would you be related, Robyn?
Now, where is this